Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today we will discussing the Trump surge after the convention and after the assassination attempt and seeing how that plays out in the election. So yeah, let's get into it. So recently, due to the assassination attempt and due to the convention, Trump has had a massive surge. I mean, look at all the polling after the assassination attempt. It has been +2, +4, +5. It keeps climbing. His average has gone from like 1 point to 3. It's tripled. It's gone way up. And across all the swing states, he's also doing pretty well there. I mean, he is experiencing a surge like no other. He's gone from still being kind of tied in the polls, but not really, to undoubtedly leading in the polls. I mean, he is leading by a gigantic margin, and at this rate, I mean, if Biden stays in, he's got a very, 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 very low chance of actually winning this. He might win the popular vote, but even the fact that that's a conversation and the fact that Biden might actually lose the popular vote and that is actually looking like a real possibility and a likely possibility at that, that is very concerning for Biden. And if he stays in this race, the Democrats are fucked. If they replace Biden, the Democrats are still fucked. They have a terrible bench, and sticking with Biden, I mean, the man is about to die in 3 seconds. Why would you stick with him? Well, because your bench sucks, and what do you have? Kamala Harris? Well, I mean, she sucks, and you can't really force her out, but if you still manage to do that, I mean, what else do you have? What, are you gonna run Bernie 3 months before the election? Are you gonna run fucking Pete Buttigieg or Gavin Newsom? All those people poll infinitely worse than Biden. Kamala actually polls ahead of Biden. That's how unpopular he is. But Kamala would probably drop in the polls as soon as she gets announced because Kamala, she even ran in 2020 and miserably failed because she's a terrible campaigner. Biden is their best bet, and he's still a shit option and will likely lose them the election. I mean, forget about the general election. Think about the congressional races. You're pretty much handing Trump a Republican House and a Republican Senate. And I mean, the Republicans were pretty much always going to win the Senate, but the House, that was more up for debate. And now, I mean, if Trump is winning by 3 points nationally and winning by the margins that he is in swing states, then it's pretty much over. He wins the House, he wins the Senate, win pretty much everything. So, Trump, he's looking pretty good right now. And I mean, it's bad all around for Biden. I mean, he's got really nothing. Popular vote, he's screwed in. You look at the electoral map, I mean, it's pretty sad. Right out of the gate, going with the states that Trump is definitely going to win, aka his 2020 states, he has a way higher lead than Biden. Biden only has 196. Trump has a 40-point electoral vote lead on him, and he's got plenty of options. Georgia, he's likely to win. He's likely to win Nevada. He doesn't need too many states to get his 270. He could probably pull out Wisconsin, which he's looking like he probably is going to win, and then literally any other state. He doesn't even need Wisconsin. He could just forget that and just say, "Oh, I'll go with what? Arizona." Now it's a tie and it goes to the House, which is controlled by Republicans. He doesn't even need to do that. He doesn't even screw the Sun Belt. He doesn't even need that. He can just go Wisconsin and then throw in Pennsylvania or Michigan. It's pretty simple. He's got the electoral map wide open. Biden, on the other hand, he's got to keep his formerly lean to likely blue states that are now battleground states because he sucks so much as a candidate. So he's got to win Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, Maine at large. So he's got to win that. And then he's got to look to the swing states. He's not winning Georgia. The campaign for Biden, they've already given up on Georgia. Nevada, they've also kind of given up on. So, I mean, there's really no hope there. And then what does he have? Arizona? Well, I mean, that isn't looking too good. Trump does very well in Arizona in terms of the polling. And is it going to be like that? Is he going to win by 6 points there. Maybe at this rate, but he's probably going to win more like 4%, maybe 3. But outside of that, Biden, he doesn't really have much of a chance in Arizona. I mean, it's still more likely than him winning Georgia or any of these other quote unquote swing states. But I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's doing shit there. And that is likely to tank the Senate race there and give it to Carrie Lake, despite her running the worst campaign I've ever seen. Trump might still drag her across the line. It's not official, but he might be able to do it. And Biden is going to be a major drag on the ticket. Or no matter who the Democrats put up, they're going to be a major drag on the ticket because no matter who they are, they're going to be associated with the Biden White House. And they're going to have to explain that away because they're all Democrats and they have the Americans have the bad taste of the Biden presidency. I mean, he could probably win Nebraska second. That's a more likely option. That's about as likely as him winning Minnesota or New Hampshire, but still, it's up for grabs, which, I mean, he won it by around 6 points last time, so that being up for grabs, that's kind of embarrassing. So, Biden, he doesn't really have much of a path. I mean, he's so far down. If Trump wins the popular vote by 3 points, he's winning all the swing states and all of the lean Democrat states. He's pulling out a major victory. I'm talking, we're getting close to 400 electoral votes at this rate. He's going to win all of these states. He might even contest New Mexico. He might contest New Jersey or even New York. And all reality, if the higher Trump polls prove to be right, aka after the assassination attempt, if those polls are the true polls that are right, then you're talking New Mexico is going his way, New York, New Jersey, maybe Delaware, and maybe Connecticut. And he's reaching 400. It, Biden is so fucked this election, it's not even funny. Biden has run the worst campaign I have ever seen. He's run the worst White House that I have ever seen. And frankly, I I mean, just toss in the towel at this point. You're already disgraced enough. It would be a disgrace for him to lose to Trump in 2024, so that's why he's sticking in. But it would also be a disgrace to drop out. So he's kind of got to decide which disgrace you want to go with. Do you want to be disgraced to drop out and essentially pussy out, or do you want to stick it and lose in a massive electoral landslide to the person that you beat last time, which he didn't even beat him by that much. He beat him by a couple thousand votes in the key states, but outside of that, if Biden won the popular vote by around 5 points last time and the polling was way better for him and he barely won that election, imagine Trump leading by 3 points in 2024. That's an 8 point shift. If you apply that to 2020, just going off of that voting record, well, Trump is winning quite a few states. He's winning Minnesota, he's winning New Hampshire. I mean, things have obviously shifted. I mean, 2020, New York wasn't even in question, and now it is. That's how bad Biden is right now. New York is in play. That that was never thought of even like 20 years ago. Hasn't been thought of since 1992 or 1988. So if Trump manages to flip that, that would be a major embarrassment for Biden. New Jersey, that's looking pretty likely because Trump is doing pretty well in the polling there. I mean, he's been leading in the last two polls, which that's insane for New Jersey. New Jersey, they used to vote for Republicans like Chris Christie, and that's pretty much it. If Trump manages to flip New Jersey, the Senate seat is going along with it. The Senate seat is way more likely to flip than Trump winning New Jersey, but if he wins it, Senate seat, it's going Republican. It doesn't really matter whether or not there's ticket splitting. It's going to go Republican if Trump wins that state. So, overall, what's the takeaway? Biden is so royally fucked that it's pretty much game over at this rate. But Republicans can still lose it if they get complacent. If they get so stoked in their victory like 2022, which thankfully they're learning from, and thankfully they're not trying to repeat that mistake, they will lose if they get complacent and don't get out the vote. That is the one saving grace that the Democrats are banking on, is that the Republicans pull another 2022 where they royally fuck up a major victory. They clinch the victory and then immediately drop it, and then you get a major disappointment where the Democrats gain the Senate and you barely take the House. It's not looking like that right now. It's looking like the Republicans are getting pretty competent and rallying around Trump, but I mean, there's still the chance. And Republicans, if you want to win that House, if you want to win the Senate, and if you want to win the presidency, don't get complacent and go vote. The worst thing that you can do is give Biden another 4 years if he manages to live through it, which is not very likely. And if he does die, you get 4 more years of Kamala. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Bye.